Hello everyone, I'm Rory. I'm Product Manager for Mari here at Foundry. In this video I'm going to show you the changes we made going from Mari 4.0 to Mari 4.1. Mari 4.1 is all about streamlining working with colors. We've been listening to you and have improved our color workflows. Previously, when picking colors in Mari 4.0, the color values would remain constant and the perceptual color would change when you switched to a channel in a different color space to the one that you were in when you originally picked the color. This also affected colors saved to the shelf. Depending on which channel was active at both the time of saving and picking your color, your restored color could end up being different to the one you had saved. Now in Mari 4.1, when switching between channels with different color spaces, Mari shall calculate new color values to achieve a constant perceptual color to the one you originally chose. This is achieved by having a constant color picking color space. Mari no longer changes the picking color space to match your current target, and instead uses the same color space your project has set as a default for 8-bit color channels. If you want to pick the exact color values in your target channel's color space, you can use the improved Values Picker tab in the Colors palette. Here you can pick values in either the source or target color space. The source is your color picking color space, and the target is the color space of your current paint target. For your reference, the source and target color spaces are displayed in both the labels and tooltips at the top of this picker. We have introduced a new Scalar Monitor color space to the view transform, allowing artists to view scalar data perceptually linear. When viewing a scalar channel, a linear ramp will now appear in a similar fashion as other 8-bit based imaging applications, rather than displaying the raw data like Nuke does. The information as used by Mari is still in the expected data format, providing the best results with the most artist-friendly workflow. We've refreshed the View Transform toolbar, reducing label clutter, and introduced a color scalar indicator. Now you can know whether you're viewing color or scale data in the canvas by referring to this indicator. This is also where you have the option to change the color space used to display your scalar data. Both color and scalar modes have their own color space setting, which can be changed independently of each other. A reset button has been added here to change the setting back to the default color space set in your project settings. Additionally, the gain and gamma controls now also work when viewing scalar data in Mari 4.1. We've introduced new OCIO role names that Mari will now recognize and use to configure the project's color space defaults. This makes it easier to coordinate color management in Mari for teams of artists by using a common OCIO config file. We've introduced visual indicators to the channels palette. You can now identify what bit depth channels are in and whether they contain color or scale data at a glance. In Mari 4.0, color attributes and procedurals had no context whether the colors picked for them were to be used for color or scalar channels. This could cause issues when picking colors for a procedural in a different channel to the current channel. Now in Mari 4.1, we've added a toggle that explicitly sets the context in which the procedural effect colors are to be used for. By default in procedural creation, Mari detects the channel's color scalar data type and sets the toggles accordingly for layers created through the Layers palette. For procedural nodes created through the Node graph, this color scalar toggle defaults to color. Procedural nodes that are to be used within masks and scalar channels have to be set to scalar manually. Mari now contains an OCIO color space filter. This allows you to convert paint target and buffers colors into another color space within the currently loaded OCIO config, without affecting any of the channel settings. We've converted the Play Controls palette into a toolbar, so it can now be found through the right-click menu of any other toolbar. As a toolbar, the Play Controls can be docked alongside the View Transform, reducing UI clutter. In Mari 4.1 we've also improved selection groups. When a new object version is added, Mari now attempts to match the selection group's membership across the new version, providing the common meshes between the two versions have the same topology. This allows you to define your selection groups once and have them persist through all your model vertex position and UV updates. In the Selection Groups palette, selection groups containing selection members that are not present in any active object versions now show as grey, giving better visibility to which selection groups are relevant at a glance. And finally, building on our work in Mari 3.3, the GPU accelerated color space management system we introduced for paint data has been extended to work with procedurals as well. This increases Mari's performance when utilizing tiled and triplanar procedurals. We have also made some optimizations under the hood to how Mari handles color spaces, which has improved project loading times. So those are the various changes we've made in Mari 4.1. As a courtesy release to our existing customers in the 3 series, we shall also include the color workflows in a final 3 series point release, Mari 3.4. This has been Rory from Foundry's Mari team. Thanks for watching.